Welcome, Dragon Observers. We are in historic downtown Staunton, Virginia. Today we're going to be going about downtown, looking at the different environments where dragons dwell here in Staunton. I have here our Dragon Quest map here, which gives us general ideas where these dragons might be. So let's see if we might be able to see some dragons today. You'll notice behind me the marquee building, and you can hear in the background a wonderful clock tower chiming the hour. This is another feature in downtown Staunton that attracts dragons. And according to the map, we should be able to see some around here as well. That's the downtown trolley. We are now on Beverly Street on the west end of downtown Staunton. And according to our map, there should be some dragons in this area. They've been seen here before. You'll notice behind me the clock tower building and the Masonic temple building. Buildings with these type of features attract dragons. They offer good places for hiding, for nesting, for observing what's going on around them. So this is a very good spot to be looking for dragons in downtown. We are now at the railroad station for Staunton, the concourse here where Amtrak and freight trains go through regularly. And behind me, you'll notice a cliff face of stone behind me. You may have seen our previous episode where we were talking about the Staunton Caverns. Well, behind these stone walls lie the Staunton Caverns, and they sprawl all to Middlebrook Avenue. And this is a really common place to see dragons, also to hear very strange phenomenon like thunder or see flashes of light when there is no storm about. So there's some thought that there's some sort of storm dragon in this area. There's been legends of it since the late 1800s. I'm standing before the Staunton station, the train station here, which was built after the original train station was destroyed in an accident. This is part of the same railroad concourse that we were speaking about, where the cave is on the other side of the track, the Staunton Caverns. Lots of dragon activity has been seen in this area. You'll see on the map several dragons in this area, as well as in the Wolf District, which is right across Middlebrook Avenue to my left. I'm now standing in front of the Wolf District on the Middlebrook Avenue side. The architecture here dates to the Victorian period. Many of these buildings built by T.J. Collins. And the very nature of the wonderful architecture in downtown Staunton is what attracts dragons to this area. We're just off Middlebrook Avenue, Church Street, and looking at the map here, there's a number of dragons that have been sighted in this area. Again, we have some very interesting buildings in this area here of Staunton, hills and such. Over here, you'll see a railroad overpass, and have a suspicion that there are some caves or cave-like structures in this area where dragons are dwelling, especially water dragons. We've had some stories about water dragons in this area. So while we're over here, we're going to do a little bit more looking around. This was just the sort of area I was talking about, what I was suspecting. You'll notice here we have the stream here. It's going underneath the city in tunnels and such. There's also these tunnels behind us here. These are perfect habitats, nesting grounds for dragons. We are now at the Woodrow Wilson Presidential Library and Birthplace off Coulter Street. And we're in the gardens here. And even with the snow that is still about, and it's still a bit chilly, you'll see that there's bits of spring showing forth here. This is also on our map a place where dragons have been sighted. Historically, years and years ago, there used to be agricultural activities here at the birthplace. Of course, they had a garden, and they had some sheep here that they used to raise. And it could be that initially the dragons were attracted by the sheep. But fortunately, the staff at the Manse here, as it's called, and later on with the museum, I think they've come to an agreement with the local dragons, and they don't bother the sheep anymore. Here we are at Holiday Court on the north side of the historic downtown district. Dragons have been sighted in this area, and no doubt it has to do with the music that you hear behind me. Dragons love music, and something like this is definitely going to attract them into this area. Well, there's certainly a lot of wonderful places for them to roost and fly about down here, so this would be a very good spot to come looking for dragons. Well, dragon observers, I hope you have enjoyed your journey around downtown Staunton today. Always is exciting and wonderful to visit this wonderful location. Be sure to stop by Medieval Fantasies Company gift shop at 10 South New Street to pick up your Dragon Quest. Also, be sure to like and subscribe to see the further adventures of the Dragon Preservation Society of Staunton, Virginia.